Hi folks, welcome to another edition of Ferrum Wrestling 411. We have a special guest with us today. I'm the Sports Information Director, Gary Holden. We've got our head wrestling coach, Nate Yetzer, and we've got Logan Meister, a 141-pound Ferrum College wrestler. Logan, went to the regionals a couple weeks ago and took third place, got yourself through into the NCAA tournament. Let's first of all, congratulations. First year wrestling program, super honor for you, Coach Yetzer, your first year running the program and everything. You got to be really thrilled to be sending somebody to the NCAA tournament.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, real excited. I think in fact we probably should have had maybe a couple more. So overall, really happy with the performance for our guys, the regional, and it's a good start. So.
Good. Logan, tell me a little bit about your emotions at the end there. It must have just been so exciting winning that last match in overtime, I understand?
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. It was nerve-wracking being in overtime, knowing that if I mess up, it could go the other way and I won't be going. And if I take him down, I will be going. So I was pretty pumped when I took him down.
Coach, how was the corner between you and Coach Bradley?
There's some excitement. Yeah, it was an emotional day. The match, a couple matches before that, our 25-pounder lost, a 1-point match. And,
right.
So it was kind of, we were kind of all over the place emotionally, but Logan earned it. He had to wrestle, he had to take the hard way back, and he did it, and he definitely earned it. So it was, I'm not to say it wasn't expected, because I expect him to beat that guy, but it was close and it was exciting. So.
Logan, let's talk a little bit about how the tournament opened for you. You started off the tournament, you pinned a guy from Merchant Marine Academy. Talk a little bit about that match.
That wasn't my toughest match of the day. Basically just went in there. I was hand fighting real hard, wore him out, took him down, and put a half in and pinned him.
Over pretty quick, I understand,
yeah,
first period?
Yeah, it was like a minute or something.
Okay, good. You came back. Your next match, you faced if I'm not mistaken, it was the #1 seed from New York University, yep. Brandon Jones. Mm-hmm. Talk a little bit about that match there.
That was a tough match. I was hand fighting real hard, and I was getting to his legs, but I just was having problems finishing my singles. And he was taking advantage of that. And I think he took me down twice, and I got one takedown on him. And I think he might have gotten some back points too.
Okay, so 8-3 match. Coach, was it? What was your opinion of that match? I understand that was a pretty good wrestler.
Oh yeah, he's the #1 wrestler in the country. So really good. But I think the score wasn't indicative of the actual match. It was 8-3, but I think he got taken down at the end, and you got to give it a writing point at the very end too. So it's 3 points. It's actually a 5-3 match. You're right in the match at the very end, and wow. And I think Logan's a pretty intelligent wrestler, high wrestling IQ, and I think if we get another chance at that kid, I think we can reverse that loss because I think he. Like he said, he was on the legs. 7 or 8 times, and we didn't finish. And a couple of times we had a leg up in the air, and we didn't finish. And at this level, and against a guy that good, you got to capitalize on that.
Sure.
But like I said, he learned his lesson, I think, and he'll finish that match next time.
Probably have the match videotaped. You can go back and go over it and everything.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, but I think he does a really good job. He knows what he's got to do, and smart.
Let's talk a little bit about when you went down to the Constellations. You started off, you had a match with a guy from TCNJ, College of New Jersey. You won that match 7-3 Schneider. Tough match. Was the score indicative of how it finished?
It was pretty tough. He was trying really hard, and I was on top. It was actually 3-3 in the third period, and I had to keep riding him out to get the riding time point. But then I ended up putting him on his back in the last 20 seconds. So
got 3 back points there, so made it 6-3, and then the riding time went to 7-3. All right, your next match after that, you wrestled a guy from DVC, Delaware Valley College.
Yeah, Delaware Valley, yeah.
And you won that match fairly handily. It was like 15-4, major decisions. Matter of fact, it was first of 2 back-to-back major decisions. You wrestled another kid from Ursinus College, Gaylor, and you beat him 10-1. Were you just kind of getting into your own groove at that point in time?
Yeah, I was on a roll. I was feeling pretty good. And I think both of those kids were seeded at the beginning, but they knocked down, and then I just kept going.
Okay, so you were probably surprising them a little bit because they were thinking first-year program. You were like a number 8 seed.
What a Ferrum was. So.
Yeah. All right, so the second major decision that you posted over Gaylor, that puts you into the Constellation Finals. And as we know, that is pretty much the round, your last chance of going in. Everybody, the guys that are in the finals, fighting for first and second, they're already going to the NCAA tournament and everything. They're looking for a regional title now. But in that 3rd and 4th place match, it's do or die. This is the desperation round. Talk a little bit about that match.
I was just trying to wrestle really smart. I knew the kid was athletic on his feet, and he was really quick and strong, but I was trying to play it smart and beat him where I could.
And that was McDaniel College, is that what it was?
McDaniel, yep.
Okay. Talk a little bit about the end. I know it went 4-2. You had to take him down in the overtime. Talk a little bit about, was it an easy takedown? Did you shoot in? Did he shoot in?
Actually, he was taking a bunch of shots, and he took one shot and kept his arms up, and I just underhooked and threw it by and stepped behind him for 2.
Got the quick 2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good. That must have been exciting. I imagine all the wrestlers from Ferrum must have been right by the edge of the match, just
Yeah,
going crazy.
they're pretty excited. So I think it's great because it shows them that they're the same practice as Logan is. They do the same thing as Logan does, and now I think they see it's realistic. You can make it to nationals. It's not this thing that's unattainable. You know what I mean? And as long as you're willing to work really hard and sacrifice, and Logan's put in his time, and he's worked really hard, and this is the payoff. He gets to make it to nationals, and now he gets the opportunity to go and be an All-American, be our first All-American. So.
Represent your hometown, Ferrum College, your program. Talk a little bit where you're from. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Logan.
I'm from Sykesville, Maryland, and I went to McDonough School, which had a pretty good wrestling program in high
Very
school.
good. Yep.
So.
And you're a freshman here at the college. What are you majoring in?
Criminal justice.
Okay, good. What do you want to do when you get out of school?
No, I'm not sure yet.
Not sure yet?
Yeah.
Something criminal justice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, Nate, you must have been pretty excited about how the team finished up and everything. Got a 10th place finish out of 10th place finish out of 17 teams.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I think one of the goals. I have a list behind my door in my office of the goals this season, and one of the goals was to finish top 10 in the region, get a guy to NCAA's. And we accomplished that, and I guess barely, but we did.
You got one in. You got a 6-3 finish overall as a dual meet.
Yep, absolutely.
Third place.
Never. One goal too. To be honest, with you, new program is I didn't want to forfeit any weights this year at any dual meet.
You didn't have to forfeit.
Didn't have to forfeit any weights. First year program usually, at a private school too. These schools are having trouble filling a complete roster.
Sure.
Especially later in the year when you have injuries and stuff. And we've had the depth, luckily, where we've been able to, not give up any forfeits. And a lot of times, we have three backups. I think I don't know, I call them backups, but they're the guys that stepped up that were in the lineup that weren't in the lineup all year for regionals.
Sure.
They stepped in for regionals. Our 74-pounder Devontae, with our second string 74-pounder, our top guy was out, so he stepped in.
Heavyweight.
No, heavyweight, DeAndre Johnson was a backup 97-pounder.
Stepped
up to heavyweight and won a match for us. He actually got a fall, which scored big points for us.
Yep.
And then, a guy like Daniel Reynolds, who's a backup, or third-string 49-pounder, he bounces up and starts at 57. And I give those guys credit because those guys stepped up and scored points for us. And, not a lot was expected out of them, for good reason. They were all, they're still young and learning how to wrestle. And they really stepped up for us. And I think they're the ones that helped push us up to the 10th spot there. So
you got to feel good about the fact that every one of your wrestlers is basically a freshman, even if they were in the program last year.
Right.
Eligibility wise, they all wrestled as freshmen this year. So you come back with a truckload of sophomores, and then whatever recruits you get in this year, and your transfers.
And the thing I told them, this tournament, actually looking at through the regional, a lot of the good teams are all really young. There's a lot of freshmen in this tournament. So I tell them, it just doesn't magically happen. Next year, you're just not going to be better. It's not the way it works. Right. You're gonna have to put in time. You have to change some things if you're not happy with the results. Otherwise, you're just gonna, it's just it's science. I think you're just gonna have to, keep doing the same things. You're gonna have the same results.
Right,
it's not gonna automatically change.
Things gotta change. Yep.
Exactly. So I think, but for a lot of them, even the guys that didn't do well there. I think it opened their eyes to how close we really are. We're really not that far away from, probably the top two teams. We're a little ways away, but top three, we can definitely be in there. So
yeah, it seemed as though. Wilkes, Ursinus, and Delaware Valley all scored over 100 points, and they and after that it kind of separated out and everything. You guys ended up scoring 37.5.
Del Valle loses a lot of people. I think they have like four or five really good seniors,
Okay.
So I think they're going to have a little bit of a drop off, but who knows, but I think if we're not top three next year, I'll be disappointed, to be honest with you. So 'cause I just know the type of work we're going to put in, and we'll be ready to go. So
be ready to take the next big jump. Logan, you got to be excited. You guys are leaving pretty soon here, right? You go leaving this afternoon. Today is Wednesday, the 12th, and you guys are leaving at about 3:45, 4 o'clock today.
4 o'clock, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your itinerary. Where are you guys flying out of?
We're flying out of Roanoke, going to Chicago, and then we pick up another flight from Chicago to Iowa.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. You excited about the flight, or?
Not a whole lot, but I'm ready to get it over with.
Did I hear this is your first flight?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, I flew once when I was 6, but I don't remember it.
You don't remember it, so.
Yeah.
Okay, well. Just
the guy,
just be calm. Get that
Yeah.
plane off the ground, then get it back on the ground.
his workout partner that's going out there with us and everything. He's never flown before, so this is his first time flying.
Really?
Right? Zimmerman?
Yep.
Right, yeah. They're both scared to death. They're not scared to death. They kill themselves in the stadium up there in the summertime,
Right.
or in the fall. But they're scared of getting on a flight. So
Well,
you figure it out.
some people get nervous on those type of things.
Yeah.
I know my wife doesn't like the takeoffs. She just wants to get that plane off the ground. And
First trip of many, though. First trip
Yep.
of many. So you
Yep.
better get used to it.
yeah, hopefully this will be 4 trips for you coming up pretty
Hopefully.
soon. So, well, listen, we'll get you guys back on next week. We'd like to come back and get a wrap up of what happened at the tournament and everything. And Logan, I want to wish you luck out there next week. I hope you do so well this weekend, and hopefully next week we'll have some good news here.
Thank you.
All right, congratulations to you and good luck out there.
Appreciate it.
Folks, thanks again for being with us for our today's issue of Ferrum Wrestling 411. Join us in 1 week and we'll have a wrap up of the NCAA tournament. Thanks for being here.